What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boys, the Chatterbox Podcast, back in here.
Back at it again.
Yes, sir, man. How y'all been? I don't know how your life been, but I hope it's been great. I hope you've been living your best life, man, because I sure been living mine. Man, we just tuning in, man. You know how we do, man. We just want to be positive, positive conversation, man, for a great elevation, man. We want to be the platform for being a voice to the voiceless, man. We just want to pour back into the community, man, everything that the world has poured into us, man, and that God has shown us along the way, man. We just want to tap in with you, man. I hope you've been, how you been, man?
I've been good. Chilling
Been good?
up. Yeah, how about yourself?
Man, I'm tired, man. It's steady moving, man, but you know you gotta stay moving, man. You know, like they say, man, you either want a busy man or a broke man. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
Pick your poison, right?
Right.
But shoot, man, you know, I try to stay busy, man. You know, I try to keep doing what we do, man. And so, man, yeah, man, I hope everybody been doing all right, man. Tap in, comment, man. Let me know how your week been, how you been, man. We definitely interested, man. We want to see how you been doing, man, what you been having going on in your zone, man. You know, I'm your boy out of Dallas, man. We straight out of Dallas, Oak Cliff, man, and y'all know how we gets down, man. We do our thing, man. And, but we just want to talk about some more stuff, man. I mean, last week we talked about a real good topic, man. You know, betrayal, manipulation, and deceit, man. And a lot of people was asking questions, man. And of course, man, you know, they asked the question, man. They got their cash out, man. And so we gonna be doing that again today, man. You know, we go let y'all ask y'all questions, man. You ask the question, hey, man, just send your cash out, man. We go send you that cash out,
Right.
because we want y'all to, you know, be involved. We want y'all to be engaged with this conversation. Man, just come in all along the way because, you know, you have some type of perspective on the topic. And everybody's perspective, to me, is a good perspective. I mean, it's your perspective. Right. It's not no right or wrong answers, man.
Just want to know what y'all want. We want to know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Converse with y'all a little bit.
Yeah, man, you know, converse with you, you know, have some building moments. You know, we want to be a building bridge and all that, you know, and because it's not enough of that in the world today, man. Everybody business and, you know, people covetous, whatever, man, doing all this stuff, man. You see all this stuff going on, but you rarely see a platform where people are able to feel comfortable enough.
Yeah. Talk about the subjects that people uncomfortable to talk about.
Right,
don't
man.
want to talk about.
All the time, people mostly get quiet when you talk about money and sex.
Yeah.
Money and sex will shut some people down, man, because I'm telling you, people don't like to talk about money and sex, but it's the two most desired things in the world.
Right.
You get to talk about that money and that sex, boy, people get a little weird. But, hey, man, we got to talk about it. We got to just do what we got to do in this world, man, in this conversation, man. And so we talked about betrayal, manipulation, and deceit last week, man. And so this week we're going to be talking about toxic and non-toxic relationships. Toxic and non-toxic relationships. Man, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
I know that this is a topic for people who have, you know, been through some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know what a toxic and a non-toxic relationship is, man, and in order to be able to comment on it. I mean, everybody's had their fair share of toxic and non-toxic relationships. I know I have.
Yeah. Me too. Whether it be friends, family, and spouse, you know.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you had my fair share of.
Man, let's talk about it, man. Look, let's tap in, man.
Y'all tap in.
Yeah, tell us how you doing, man. Just send a wave or something. Let us know you're here. We want to see what's going on, man. We want to definitely conversate with you, man, because this is gonna be a really, really good topic, man. Toxic and non-toxic relationships. And you know, I asked a question on last week, man. Look, whoever gets this question, I definitely want to bless you, man, with a cash app, man. Whatever, you know. it'll be enough to buy you and take you and your friend out of whatever you want to do with that. But yeah, I definitely want to bless you, man, because it's a good question. And the question was, what is the first sign of a bad relationship? Thank you, Pastor Dixon, man. We trying to do good stuff out here, man. We just trying to be a positive role model, man, which we rarely have. But the question was, what is the first sign of a bad relationship? And this is not, something that is based on what you read in books. This is based on your own experience, based on what you feel is the first sign to you of a bad relationship. We want to know. We really want to, who is Pat Wallace? Man, you cold with it. Hey, oh, man, I see you on there. Pat Wallace, disrespectful. They are coming in. Disrespectful. Lack of communication. That's a really good one. Believe me, I got your pen. Yeah, we definitely want to talk about it, man, because there are so many different ways that we try to identify how a relationship went bad. And a lot of times we don't understand it, like we don't get it.
Yeah.
Because we either missed the sign, or we ignored it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I'm gonna just be honest with you. A lot of times it ain't even that we miss it. A lot of times we just ignore it. I mean, if we real with ourselves, if I'm being real with you, a lot of times I ignored the sign. I seen it.
Yeah.
That's me, though. That's me. It probably wasn't you. You probably missed it, But for me, I just ignored it. Why? Because I seen something in somebody that, was bigger than what they were showing me. And so that built my hope in them that this was just a mistake and not an actual characteristic of their being. And so, it caused me to look past what they were doing to see this potential person that they could be.
Yeah. In my mind, that would be me. In my way of thinking, that would be my way of thinking now, like the mature me.
Being distant. Okay. Being distant. That's a good one. The question would be, why are you being distant? You know what I'm saying? What happened? Like, what caused you to start being distant? A lot of times, that comes when a person starts to feel a type of way that they're really not comfortable with.
Yeah.
When you start being distant, especially if it's out of nowhere. Now, if they did something, then you already know why they being distant. But if you ain't did nothing to them and they being distant, then, you kind of got to ask yourself what happened in their life.
Yeah.
Why they being distant. There's a lot of things. Man, I got this book by Joyce Myers, too, man. I'm going to read a little bit of little sections from it, man. Just some real good nuggets, man, that she dropped into me, man. So we're going to be talking about toxic and non-toxic relationships, period. We're not just talking about marriage. We're not just talking about single. We're talking about all relationships, right? Yeah. Because we want people to get an idea, a perspective, or even just start thinking about, man, is this toxic or non-toxic? Why am I waking up drained every morning? Like, people are asking themselves them questions, and a lot of times you don't even realize it's in a relationship.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's in a relationship, and we lock in with people who drain us. That's toxic. When you locked in with somebody who drain you, like, they drain you not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, mentally, everything.
Yeah, all that.
You just drain. Yeah. And you don't even know why, yeah. But you steady trying to. That's toxic. Like, you're really overextending yourself to somebody who may not even care. That's crazy, right? Yeah. And so, it's just so many calling you every 5 minutes.
What if it's what you said earlier? You said that's toxic, but you said that's toxic.
Leo say calling me every 5 minutes is the first sign of toxic. Say, Leo, you on point, Doc. Hey, what you trying to keep up with me for? What trust issues do you have? Why you calling me? That's good stuff, Leo, man. I like that. Lack of trust also. I like that too, man. y'all give them some good answers, man. It's gonna be real, real hard who gonna be able to take they little something out to eat or whatever. Huh?
I got a question though. So you said a while ago, like that's toxic. What you were saying. So earlier you said, what if you seen, you ignored the? I mean, you realized the signs, but you seen the potential pretty much in them. So what do you do?
Well, that's a good question. A lot of times we'll fight for something that is no longer a battle. And I'll let that sink in for a second. A lot of times we're fighting where it's no longer a battle.
Meaning it's pointless.
Exactly. Because they either have given up or never intended to ever commit in the first place.
Yeah.
You got to realize, just because you see good in somebody, how long can you wait for that good to come out? At some point, you got to be like Paul and put your childish ways to the side. I can't sit here and waste all of my life, all of my time waiting for you to grow up. I think it was, who was that girl that said, K. Michelle?
Yeah.
You can't raise a man.
Yeah.
Well, you can't raise a woman either. It's not a one-way deal. I mean, it's some grown women. It's some grown girls out here, just like it's some grown boys.
Yeah.
Being grown doesn't make you, responsible. It doesn't make you a man. It doesn't. I mean, we can't just say that because you're getting money that you grown.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, it don't take a 16-year-old can make money at McDonald's. It don't take money to, that doesn't validate your ability of a man or a woman. Not to me.
Yeah.
Money don't do it. It's more of your morals. It's more of your integrity. It's more of, your character, your belief system, everything that you stand for. Because a man goes stand for something. A woman goes stand for something. Because I'm telling you, it's a whole different ball game when you're in the presence of a mature person.
Yeah.
Compared to the presence of an immature person.
Yeah.
And so, when we talk about non-toxic and toxic relationships, you got a lot of people out here grown children in relationships.
Big kids.
Grown children in relationships. And it's crazy, right? Because now one of them know it. Like, it's crazy because not one of them knows that they're in a bad relationship, really, because they're both immature. They're both still children. And so they just doing like what the youngsters say, playing the game, playing the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's still a game to them. At some point, it's not a game anymore. You know what I'm saying? It gets serious. Like, you start actually looking for somebody who could better you. You start actually looking for somebody who compliments you. Like, you start actually just, going into, actually figuring out the values that you have in a person.
Yeah.
And that stops, you know what I'm saying, once you get to a certain age, man. But, man, so we got a few answers, man. As soon as we get down to that part, man, we go definitely announce the best answer in the building, man. But, yeah, man, I love the answers. Keep them coming. Don't be shy, man. Tell me your answers. What is the first sign of a bad relationship? And I'm talking about the first sign of a bad relationship to you. We definitely want to know how you feel about what we're asking. What is the first sign of a bad relationship? The best answer is going to get a cash out. I won't tell you how much you'll receive, but I will tell you this. You will receive something. And, you can go and do whatever you want with it, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that part. But you will receive something. Just, I'm going to ask for your cash out, and, I'm going to send you your cash. That's all I'm going to do, man. I want to definitely be a blessing to you, because you're a blessing to me, man. I really want. We go grow together. And in order for us to grow together, we have to sow together. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll say a lot of stuff, and I'll just stop real quick.
You got to.
In order for us to grow together, we got to sow together. So we're all sowing good seed in good soil, right? Yeah. So we're all playing our part, in other words. In order for us to grow together, we must all play our part. And so in order for us to go higher in who we are as a people, we have to first be able to talk about what's wrong with us as a people.
Right.
And at the same time, encourage us with what's right with us as a people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we having these conversations. We're not having these conversations just to pull your card. We're not having these conversations just to take up an hour of your night on Monday so you can just go to bed the same person that you came on her as. No, we're actually having these conversations for a person to think. And a lot of times we run out of that ability to think because we're so busy doing all this other stuff in life. We barely have time to put ourselves together. And now we trying to find a significant other. And we don't even know ourselves. Isn't it crazy to ask somebody to figure you out when you ain't figured yourself out? That's a little crazy. Right. You need to learn how to love me. Well, you don't fully know how to love yourself. How am I figure that out? You've been yourself all your life and you ain't figured it out, but you want me to figure it out in what, 6 months? Yeah. I get 6 months, so we on, and all that is.
That's a year, too. That's crazy.
Say, man, it doesn't matter. It's not really about figuring a person out. A lot of people think that's what it's about. And let me tell you what it's really about when you come to growing relationships. It's actually being able to complement the changes in a person. And not the bad changes, but help them through the bad changes. But if we're gonna grow, which we're gonna ultimately do, we're not gonna stop growing because I met you. Like, because we got married, we're not gonna stop growing. We're gonna keep growing. And so while you're growing, I'm complimenting that. And when I'm growing, you should be complimenting that. Right. That's why we're growing together. You know, and so, it's just a lot of stuff that we miss in relationships because most of the time we're dealing with toxic relationships. Toxic relationships.
Sometimes we be the toxic one.
Explain. Talk about it.
I mean, yeah, because, when sometimes we be the ones that come into relationships unhealed. And when you not healed, hurt people. So you bring, it's like extra baggage, but at the same time, that's what I meant by that.
Yeah. Leo, man, Pat Wallace and Leo talking some good stuff, man. He said before you love someone else, you must love yourself first. Man, you would never believe that I am engaging in a conversation with a person who says that you cannot love yourself. Because love is a selfless act. Man, I ain't going to go into that, man. I can't wait to get this brother on here. We are going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that because I'm sure that it's impossible to love somebody else if you haven't first experienced love yourself. How can I don't know about that, but we going to talk about that, man. We are definitely going to talk about that. Then Leo say you must establish boundaries and establish trust. But once that's violated, you will be the one suffering because you fail to yield at the yellow light. Ooh, that's good. Hey, man, I don't know where you from, but I see you got some knowledge.
That's Uncle Leo.
Hey, Leo, that's Uncle Leo?
Yeah, he's from Detroit.
He from Detroit? Yeah. Oh, you know
him? Yeah.
Oh, man, I like this dude, man. Y'all on some stuff, man. I really appreciate that, man. Y'all really doing y'all thing, man. Okay, Pat Wallace, that's true, but you don't always do that. That's right. We don't always love ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get to a point where you don't love yourself, and the worst thing to experience is a relationship with a person that doesn't love themselves. I'm talking about in the world of relationships. That's one of the worst things to experience. A person who doesn't love themselves.
Like explain it, because I can say a person who, what will make a person not love themselves?
Childhood experiences.
That's what I was just gonna say. It could be the way. Oh my goodness,
bruh. You don't just be grown and not love yourself.
Yeah.
You don't get to being grown and you just all of a sudden don't love yourself. Yeah. It happens from childhood. And what happens a lot of the times is, it's different for boys and girls. right? It's different for boys and girls, man. And I'm definitely glad we got on that because, man, say she talked about some stuff in this book, man. You got to get this book, man. It's Joyce Meyer's Battlefield of the Mind, man. I'm telling you, you want to get this. This is a good read, man. Look, man, she breaks down a lot of stuff, man. It is so inspiring, man. It helped me to kind of triangulate some of the stuff that I was going through. And I'm like, dog, man, that's there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bringing it into a relationship. Like I'm bringing it into a relationship, man. Look, man, I got she just walked in the door, man. This is like a real great surprise, man. I got my cousin in here, man, Shakira, man. She's very intelligent, man. A woman with her. She definitely has her opinions. She definitely does her studies, man. I love her to death, man. But I'm glad to have her on the show, man. But yeah, she's gonna be here with us, man. We're gonna talk about experiences. Wow, Pastor Dixon, that's just so powerful because your experiences actually could become who you are.
Yeah,
That's powerful because your experiences. Some people feel like they were loved as a child, so you talk bits from together from others. I think that means some people feel like they weren't loved as a child, so you take bits from each other. Yeah. And I mean, what do you do? How do you deal? Like, you can't be in a relationship with a person, and this is what we're talking about. Shakira just joined us, man. Y'all please say hi to Shakira, man. Say hi to the people, Shakira.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, just give them a little bit of info about who you are, where you from.
Dallas Oak Cliff.
All right.
I'm 31.
Oh.
31 and still learning.
Okay.
I'm not sure what else.
Ooh. I like that. I like that. You can become what you hate if you don't watch it.
Yes,
It's about to go down tonight.
That's a good one.
Listen. Because we have to talk about these relationships, man. Look, like I said earlier, please answer this question, man. Look, it's your perspective. It's not a dead-on answer. We're just going to cash out whoever gives us the best answer. What is the first sign of a bad relationship?
Boundaries. Not respecting your boundaries. So, for example, if you say, I don't like you doing this, or what this right here bothers me, and they hear you, and then they do it again, and you say it again, and then it's done again, or on your part, you can enable that behavior by they do it again, you just you dismiss it, and then you dismiss it, and then what happens is another something comes up that's offensive, and you say something, and now it doesn't matter. That's a number one sign of toxic.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Boundaries.
What if the first part that you said, like you tell them, and then it happens again? But what if it's already became like a? I mean, what if that's already like a practice habit? So habits
no communication.
You mean like for yourself or for both persons? And sometimes, like I'll use myself for an example. I'm very vocal, but over the years, just from previous relationships, I learned a bad habit of not saying anything because it didn't seem like it was working. So when things would happen, I just stopped talking about it. I stopped. That means when you stop talking or when you stop exercising the fact that this bothers me, that bothers me, you're accepting it. That means you're enabling it. The behavior continues, and now it's an abuse. Ooh. It's an abuse on your part. You're doing that to yourself and that other person too. You know, that was a lesson. That's a huge lesson to learn.
You sound like you learned it.
You saying something is not nagging.
Right.
You saying something that's your voice that you need to speak up for yourself.
Right.
You need to say something.
And so, I understand that too, but at what point does it become nagging?
If you get to a point where you're constantly defending yourself or something that you said I don't like, it's a nag to yourself if you continue to do it. At some point, it's a time to walk away. If you ever get to a point where you feel like I'm nagging, it's time to go. If it cannot be resolved, we can't be adults and resolve it, then that means it's a separation that needs to happen. Because it's only going to get worse.
Right.
Or if that person is like, you say, I'm doing this, and then that person's like, well, you doing that. And so now y'all are both pointing fingers, nothing is getting resolved.
Right.
And the ideal of a relationship for it to be functional is that there has to be a resolution without compromising self. You can compromise your time. You can compromise certain things, but not self, not your respect, not certain things like that. So if I'm getting to
things that are beneath your standards.
Exactly. So in a functional relationship, ideally, it's nagging when if it's petty things, you just like, I just don't like, you just nitpicking at somebody. That's different from saying like, this is really.
That's the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
When I said, at what point is it nagging? When it's petty,
if it's
you
petty, just nitpicking
come
because,
on, man.
oh, you're getting on my nerves today.
But
and
some
I wanna
people
get on
do
yours.
that. Why? I'm asking from a woman's perspective because I want to know, why do women take it upon themselves to nitpick with men for no reason? What is that? What is that saying?
Well,
it's saying
there's another problem.
Oh, okay.
That means there's another problem. Just from things that I've done, back to saying like, this is a problem for me not being resolved. Well, then that frustration of this bigger problem not being resolved, now everything about you aggravates me.
Mm-hmm.
The way you eat your chicken is aggravating. The way you drink is aggravating. You're gonna pick at stuff because you're not getting the resolution.
Let me tell you what Leo just said, man. Leo said you should also never be a defensive listener.
Yes. Yeah.
Say, Pat say,
yeah.
God taught me to love me because sometimes in relationship you will let the other person make us lose our self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look, that's so powerful.
I agree.
Do you know that you just walked me right into something I had put in my notes during the week? Listen to what I said. I said, if you stay there too long, you will start feeling like you're not worth being in a relationship with. And once you do that, you start to allow yourself to be abused because you have begun to question your worth. And if you don't know the amount of the price tag, people can get you for a discount. And now you're being sold with items that are not even in your lane. Did y'all know what I just said?
Yeah.
If you don't know your amount, you can get bought for a discount. And now you're being sold with items that are not even in your lane. You are being advertised. You are on the forefront with things that don't even match your character. Because you don't even know your worth.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And if you stay there too long,
Yeah.
and you stop knowing your worth, you will allow that person to abuse you. Why?
Yes.
Because you're afraid to start over.
Yeah,
Because you're not sure if you're worth being in a relationship with.
You've conditioned yourself.
And you have
to
conditioned
accept
yourself. This is the best it's going to be. This is the worst it's going to get. I'm going to stay right here.
Yeah.
And I have made my prison my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talking to me tonight. Listen, we just trying to help out. Listen, I know that there is somebody. Sean on her, man. She say, laugh out loud. Yup, it's real. It's real. There is an underlying problem, or he is ignoring her. My God, I know, Sean. That's some good stuff. That's some good. Don't get sold with stuff that's not even in your lane.
Hear me?
But you're not even in my. You don't even deserve to be next to me. You're not even driving what I'm driving. I'm driving purpose. You driving prestige. It's a different drive for me. My purpose has a direction. Your ego, your all that stuff is just go keep you in confusion. So it's good stuff, man. That is people. That is people stay where they are comfortable. Well, that's right. People do stay where they're comfortable. People do stay where they're comfortable, Miss Rosalind. Man, you driving BS. sure say you driving BS for real, you know. But so a lot of times we end up getting into these relationships. A lot of times we end up getting into these relationships. Listen, for those of you who are just tuned in, listen, we want to know your answer. What is the first sign of a bad relationship? What is your first sign of a bad, because it's different for everybody, right? We all come through different experiences from childhood, and once we first were able to perceive what was going on, once we first was able to actually have a conscious ability to be aware, this is what death is, this is what lies are. We started to actually start kind of knowing who we were going to become. Like we started trying to put our identity together. What am I going to be? Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that too. You start putting yourself together. And so once you start experiencing life like that, everything that starts to happen to you as a child, like take a little girl who was raised in a single parent home, right, with a father who neglected her. So now she's looking for what she couldn't get in her father in somebody else.
Or she need to try to be there herself.
Or she conforms to this is just the way a man is and accept men that act in ways where they neglect their loved ones. Different perspective, different experience. Or take the little girl who was abused by her father. Different experience, different perspective. Take the little boy who didn't have a father but was abused verbally by his mother. Mm-hmm. Either he's going to accept that as the women in the world, or he's going to hate that and resent that as the women in the world. But it's a different perspective. We all come from different walks of life. And so what may seem like the first sign of a bad relationship to me might not be the first sign of a bad relationship to you. The thing is you have to identify it. Whatever it is, you have to identify it. Why? Because if you don't identify it, you'll always be in the rapture of relationships. We have to identify it.
I think that it's important to identify your own trauma.
Yeah.
Because if you don't identify your trauma, then you will befriend your trauma. Right. You will date your trauma.
Woo. Hold up, say that again. You do what?
You will befriend your trauma and you will date your trauma. Ooh. That's your normal. It's your normal.
Wow. Pastor Dixon on here just said, if you're not careful, you'll become what you hate. That's good. That's so powerful. A lot of people will never understand. It's a lot of people out here that hate their mother. A lot of girls out here that hate their mother and just like her. I'm talking about just like her. You talk like her. You walk like her. You catch an attitude like her. You just like her, and you can't stand her. Well, I'm talking. You became the exact mimic of who you hate. It is like, wow, there's a lot of dudes out here can't stand their daddy. Call him a no good, you know what, in a second. Just like him. Yeah. Just like him. You become exactly what you hate. And likewise, you actually get in relationships that you hate because this is what you know. This is what you know. It's almost proven, don't hate your trauma. That's good. Don't date your trauma. Yeah, Pastor Dixon, you said that, man. Say that is so powerful. Rosalind said this is why mental health is so important, and important that we seek professional help to get us through those things in our childhood. We need help working through those issues. True. This is so true, Miss Rosalind. Why? Because if you don't work through those issues go work through you.
For sure.
Okay, everybody's just catching that one. Now you are lashing out. You are projecting emotions that you are dealing with. You're projecting what you're fighting with, and you haven't went to a counselor. Look, I don't care what nobody say. For some reason, we in our black community feel like counseling is shameful. I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I've had counseling. And counseling is just an open door for release. Yeah. It's all the person is there to do. They don't know you. You probably never see them again in the streets. You probably never. And so you feel comfortable releasing some stuff to a counselor that you would never release to somebody that has a connection to you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had therapy too.
It's good stuff.
Beneficial. It is beneficial.
How did it help you?
If you use the tools that they give you, they give you coping skills.
Yeah.
How to properly cope with something.
Right.
Versus how you were taught to cope with something,
right?
By peers, by loved ones, by yourself.
Whoop them. Y'all know how we don't sit up there and play our bougie with me over here. Y'all know how we get coping with our we rough.
Drink it. Yeah. Or whatever.
Or smoke.
Smoke
whatever.
It, drink it, smoke it.
It's coping mechanisms. Yeah. I know you said you
Yeah, I had therapy too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It was good for me. It was a more so like a release form for me. It was I had a lot held in, built up trauma, and like you said, it's somebody to just talk to that you'll never see again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was more so of a release form for me.
Yeah. Joe Yao, hold on. Pat Wallace said, what we allow our children to see, they believe. That how life is supposed to be. Example, girls seeing their mother beaten think it is okay for a man to abuse them, thinking it's love. And that's true.
Yeah, and not only that, this is just one thing that I hate. When you go to school, when you were a kid.
Make sure you're in the mic.
When you go to school and you were a kid and some boy hit you and you tell your teacher and the teacher say, oh, he likes you. I hate when an adult tells a child that you should receive somebody being abusive towards you as a like or a love.
Wow.
Because you're reinforcing that, oh, okay, he hit me, oh, okay, he likes me.
That's deep.
Same thing you were saying, like seeing somebody seeing their mom or their dad, you know, being domestic violence and think, oh, you know, it's normal. It's part of it. It's not.
Right. Man, I seen I see it a lot these days, man, where women will fight with their little boys. And they have no idea that what they're raising is a little boy fighting women. He's not putting that together as, okay, you're not supposed to do this, right? He's putting it together as, oh yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Watch this. And you crunking them up. Wow, get him, baby. You know, it's sure. When he get old enough, it's real.
Yeah.
You know, so you're raising a little boy to abuse women without even knowing it. You never know how that baby is taking that, right? So we got to be careful in how we're raising our kids, man, because like he said, what we allow our children to see, they believe, right? So Joe Yao said, now this is true, especially black males, we don't seek professional help. And that's so true. We feel like we got this thing, you know. For me, counseling helped me identify a lot of emotions that I could never express. It really did. Like, it helped me to identify, not that I was angry, but where
it came from. What's the root?
Right? I would have never thought me not having my father would affect me in such a way that I would be cold-hearted to people who had a father but had an abusive father. I didn't know it. Like, it affected me because I'm like, shoot, at least you got a dad. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't even got one.
Coming from a place of lack.
Right.
Place of lack.
Right. And so he helped me identify, and that's why a lot of times I was angry, you know what I'm saying? I had no father. So when Father's Day came, wasn't none of that. You know, when the father bring your father to school events happen, wasn't none of that. You know, I just had to tough it out, you know, and get my own perspective in life. And so taking all that stuff from a child, right, into adulthood, the first thing you do is you look for that love that you never had. And immaturely, we get in these relationships looking for that love that we never had, thinking that this person possesses it. And when we realize that this person doesn't possess what we're seeking, it's a whole fire. Like, we start doing stupid stuff and all this because we're expecting something from a person that wasn't designed to give it to us.
Yeah.
Wow. We're expecting something from a person that was not designed to give that to us. You can never give me motherly love. You're not my mother. You will never know how my mother should love me. She was specifically designed to give me motherly love. I could never find that in another woman. And I have to come to grips with that if I'm going to be a man. I can't seek that in a woman. Right? You get what I'm saying? As a woman, you can't seek your father in a man.
Yeah, kind of strange. Kind of strange when we do it.
We do it. I mean, it's a void. It's a void. Anybody wants to feel an emptiness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nobody wants that. Like that's a feeling. Like, but we get into these relationships, and then this relationship ends up toxic. Mm-hmm. Why? Because we came into it with the wrong components, and not only with the wrong components, but with all of our experiences.
Yeah. That too, and the help me syndrome. People get in relationships because they think they can help you.
Girl, please explain that one. I need
that ain't the way.
I need some help. I need some help on this question here.
When, for example, sometimes, and you'll hear this a lot, you see this a lot, you'll see somebody going through something, oh, I can do better than that person. I can help you with that. Or they see all these projects.
Oh, my God.
Picking up all these projects, like, oh, I can help you with that. Oh, you have this emotional problem. Oh, I can be that for you. Ooh. You start trying to take on roles that don't belong to you.
Right.
You start taking on roles that you don't know how to operate.
Right.
We're all different.
Right.
You start trying to do all these things and make up all these spaces, and you don't have them.
Right.
You're not equipped for it. And a lot that comes from, and you wanting to jump in and help somebody, comes from you feeling like you don't have a certain help in certain areas.
Right. Right.
Or you have a certain rejection in certain areas. And I'm just speaking on my own personal experience.
Right.
You can't go in there thinking I'm here to help. That's not how relationships really work. Like, you're gonna help somebody naturally, but not I'm gonna fill this pothole you got, and I expect you to fill this pothole over here.
I like that.
I don't know if you know what you're doing, but we're gonna work at it blindly. And now you're injured because I can't fill your hole right.
Right.
I created another hole.
Right.
And you knock down all the.
So we just taking each other deeper.
Exactly. You're just digging yourself further in the hole.
And that, I mean, it's sad to say, but most of us, from where we come from, man, by the time you're 17, you need to seek some kind of counseling, some form of counseling. If it's just to explain your environment and what you're looking at to you, because a lot of times we don't even know what we're looking at. We're still trying to figure that part out. Like, I have no idea. You green to a lot of stuff when you coming up. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, you got to learn that stuff the hard way, and a lot of times we learn it through experience, and experience ain't always
the best teacher.
It's the best teacher, but it ain't always a kind one.
Yeah.
That experience gets rough.
Kind of like you had said, counseling help you identify your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it did that for me too. Like, once I learned how to identify how I feel, and when I start feeling a certain way, I'm able to grasp that, and then control that emotion. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, now that I know how do I put it? Now that I know how to recognize the emotion, I'm able to control the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and then categorize it. My therapist gave me a chart. I told her I had issues with either it's happy, it's sad, it's angry. I don't know how to separate. I don't know any other emotion. So she gave me this chart, and it's basically a whole bunch of different emotions.
Right.
And what she taught me to think is that when you start feeling something, start questioning what you feel.
Right.
And put it where it really belongs, instead of just lashing out, getting angry, or taking yourself too low, getting sad, or whatever. Yeah. And that helped me with being so moody, and it helped me with not targeting other people for how I felt.
Right. I get what
so
you're saying.
Therapy is definitely
important. Look,
important.
Rosalind said that counseling is a stigma in our community, but it's important to reclaim ourselves.
Definitely.
We need help with the process of working through our trauma. Everyone is not built the same. For me, federal prison allowed me to deal with my issues. God knew that was my path to healing from my trauma, but everyone can't handle the same path. We have to first be honest with ourselves about having issues.
Yeah, you have to face yourself.
Hey, my cousin Nisha say, dating the potential instead of the reality.
Ooh.
Say, I just caught chills. She
Yeah.
said, "You dating what you think you see."
Yeah, what you're hopeful for.
Which you
Potential will never be reached. If you
man. Say that's so good. That is so powerful. Shun say, "Girl, you own it. Girl, you own it." Ooh, listen, we are so excited to have y'all on here. Listen, if you just tuned in, I don't know if you've been on here a minute. If you just tuned in, we asked the question, what is the first sign to a bad relationship? Listen, the best answer is going to receive a cash app. Listen, we just want to see what y'all think the first sign of a bad relationship is. It's different for everybody, but hey, the best answer wins, but we want your perspective on it. It's no wrong answers. Please let us know, what is your sign of a bad relationship. All right. So this is what I want to read real quick. I want to read this. This is about husband and wife. Please listen. I'm reading it out this book, Battlefield of the Mind, by Joyce Meyer. Man, it's a very powerful book, but she talks about the things inconsistency. You can date potential as long as you see progress. All right then. All right, that's all right too. As long as you making progress, hey, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. I love it. I love it. Say, it is some profound people on this little thing tonight, this chatterbox tonight. Inconsistency. That's what Shun said. Inconsistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't start nothing you can't finish. Don't you start nothing you can't finish. Don't you show out and then slow up. Don't you? we gonna leave that alone. But don't you be inconsistent with me. It is a good book. It is a great book. You also have to identify how you show love and how you expect someone to show love to you. I can dig it. Because everybody is wired different. I'm big on that. I see you. I see you big on that, sure. She lack of effort. Yeah. That's good. Man, y'all got some good answers, man. All y'all theologians and wise women and men on here. Shoot, y'all probably the ones that found that star that was over Jesus. Y'all are some wise people. I'm not playing. Everybody, this is what this is for.
Yeah.
This is what this is for, and I'm loving this. This is my best. This is my favorite one. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The first three, a little bumpy with me. I went home discouraged. I don't care what happens for the rest of this show. This is my favorite one. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm tired in the mud, but I'm so glad that I came here because I feel a little energy because the people are pouring in. They're giving me the best effort. Man, I want to read this real quick with y'all, man. I know we're getting short on time. I don't want to keep y'all too long tonight. So get this book. It's by Joyce Myers. So in this book, she's talking about a husband and a wife, right? She says, Mary and her husband, John, are not enjoying a happy marriage. There is strife between them all the time. They are both angry, bitter, and resentful. They have 2 children who are being affected by the problems in the home. See, this is bad stuff. The strife is showing up in their schoolwork and behavior. One of the children is having stomach problems caused by nerves. So the effect that it's having on the kids is negative because the parents are not in alignment. Yeah. And a lot of times we don't think about the effect that it has on the kids, the things we do. Like the dude just said, look, children will do what they see. They will accept what they see. They will become what they see. And so when they're seeing that, children are actually adapting to those conditions. Because children are great adapters, right? It says Mary's problem is that she doesn't know how to let John be the head of their home. She is bossy. She wants to make all the decisions, handle the finances, and discipline the children. She wants to work so she can have her own money. She is independent, loud, demanding, and a nag. This is the book. It's a woman. Say it's a woman talk about a woman, so I'm good. About now, you may be thinking, I've got the answer. She needs Jesus. But she has Jesus. Mary received Jesus as her Savior 5 years ago, 3 years after she and John got married. Do you mean there hasn't been a change in Mary since receiving Jesus? Yes, there's been a change. She believes she is going to heaven, even though her bad behavior causes her to feel constant condemnation. So you have this woman, that Jezebel spirit. I don't think she a Jezebel. I don't think she intends to be the way she is. I think this is just a result of her experiences through childhood. I really do. So Mary knows her attitude is wrong. She wants to change. She has received counseling from 2 people. She takes every opportunity to get prayed for and ask for victory over anger, rebellion, unforgiveness, resentment, and bitterness. Why hasn't she seen more improvement? The answer is found in Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, this age, fashioned after and adapted to its external, superficial customs, but be transformed, changed by the entire, not some, but this is a good book, the entire renewal of your mind by its new ideas and new attitudes, so that you may prove for yourself that what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God, even the thing which is good and acceptable and perfect in his sight for you. Mary has strongholds in her mind. Okay, so as a child, Mary had an extremely domineering father who often spanked her just because he was in a bad mood. If she made one wrong move, he would vent his anger on her. For years, she suffered helplessly as her father mistreated her and her mother. And over time, Mary got it in her heart that after I leave her,
no one's going to ever do that to me again.
Nobody's ever going to do that to me again.
Trauma. So she responds out of trauma.
She responding out of trauma. And a lot of times, we'll take that right to somebody and tell somebody, learn to love me. That's messed up. You can't put that on. You can't put that. You need counseling. Like, why you even marry me? You got these things going on with you. Like, that's messed up, right? And so, by the time she was 16, Mary had been brainwashed for years by Satan, who had told her lies and went something like this: men really think they are something. They are all alike. You can't trust them. They will hurt you and they will take advantage of you. If you're a man, you've got it made in life. You can do anything you want. You can order people around, be the boss, treat people anyway and as you please, and nobody can do anything about it. So Satan made her just hate men as a child because of her father. And a lot of times, that's where a lot of the strong women who consider themselves strong, and I'm going to say it because I really want y'all to say something back. You consider yourself strong, but you're not strong because you actually build strength. You're strong because you're running from life's experiences. And so your facade of what strong is has placed you in isolation. Because you think you're being strong, when strong is actually learning how to love. Strong is not putting your guards up everywhere you go and actually being defensive in every conversation. That's not strong. That's defensive. You're blocking everything, every opportunity. Can't no man do nothing good for you. You hear what I'm saying? And then it talks about her husband. John, he had mother issues. Right? He was raised by his mother. And his mother, she talked real bad to John. And as John grew up, she would tell John, call him all kinds of, now you clumsy, you ain't worth nothing, you ain't gonna never go amount to nothing. And this is what she's telling to her child, her son. He's growing up under her role model. And the person who's supposed to be speaking life into him is speaking death over him. Yeah. Mm. And so what John grew up expecting in life, he tried to be good. He tried to be an overachiever. He's always felt like he was never enough. He always felt like he failed at everything that didn't work out because he was always told by his mother that you wasn't going to never be nothing. Mm-hmm. And so guess what John does? Guess what his coping mechanism is? I can't say it.
I'm waiting.
But I really want to. Yeah. He got the efforts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say what I really want to say, but that's what John gets. That's where you go as a young boy who experiences hate and anger and rejection and neglection and abandonment from the one person you would consider to be your safe place. Mm-hmm. Okay. Y'all want to play like this? Let's do it. Yeah, I got something for you, female. Y'all got something. That's how you grow up. And we find more camaraderie in other men. We don't really trust the friendship in women because we was done wrong by the one woman we were supposed to have friendship in. And so we don't expect, like we go into it with expectation that, oh yeah, my mama was, you ain't gonna be, it's, and just like the man is the woman. Mm-hmm. My daddy was, you ain't gonna be. And over time, you either do, in those situations, a lot of people do this. Either I'm gonna be with one of them or I'm not. And once you say you gonna be with one of them, you have just signed up for a bad relationship. All right, whatever. What's up? Let's do it. We go ride this thing out. And that's not good. It's not good because you end up marrying someone like his mother. You are so right, Sean. You are so right. Why that happens, I don't know. Like I say, he's looking for what he couldn't find in her. But some men have good mothers, and they end up marrying their mama. But a lot of times it don't work out. I don't know why we do that, but that is just something that we do, and I think it's more natural than spiritual. I do. I think it's more natural than spiritual. Some women call themselves strong because the man don't step up to the plate. We are helpmate, but sometimes find ourselves doing because there is no other way. I totally understand that. I truly believe that a man should be a man. And, Joyce Meyer actually mentioned something like that. She says, what will happen to John and Mary after their children they are Christians? It would be a shame to see their marriage fail and their family ruined. They said, she goes on, she said, what's the answer? She says, with John and Mary's conflicting problems, it is not hard to imagine how their home is and how their home life is like. Remember, I said there was a lot of strife in it. Strife isn't always open warfare. Many times, strife is anger. It's an angry undercurrent in the home that everybody knows is there, but nobody deals with. The atmosphere in the home is terrible. It is filled with tension, and the devil loves it. The devil loves it. Wow. And that's crazy. It's crazy. And so what John has to do is John has to step up and take responsibility. And taking responsibility means he has to take authority. And that authority is not, John, you ain't finna do me. That's not the authority that a man should take. Not a man. You should take a stance of, look, I understand we have some problems. And we do. And put it on the table as a man. Now, sometimes the woman will have to do that. It depends on which one is stronger in themselves. But you got to put it on the table. We have some problems that we're going to have to work through. And you got to have to be transparent, period.
And accountable.
Both
parties need to be accountable.
Right. And so, if we can do that, if the man can step up and take responsibility, take authority, no woman, some women, I'm not going to say all women, but no woman really wants to work and feel obligated to do that. Not if she got a husband. Not if she have a significant other. No woman, I'm telling you the truth, no woman wants to feel obligated to work in a marriage. That's just the point. You find me a woman that say she really want to. Now she might want to work, but she don't want to feel obligated to do it.
Yeah, like if I don't,
then we ain't gonna last type stuff. That no woman wants that. But it takes a real man to actually step up and own that position. Because you're the husband, you're the house man, you're the provider, you're the protector. You keep on asking the body to do something that the head can only do. You can't do that. You can't ask the body to see. You can't ask the body to smell. You can't ask the body to talk. You can't ask the body to hear. Only thing that can do that is the head. And since the head can do that, it's the head that analyzes. It's the head that assists and progress and plans. And if you're the head of a household, and you asking the body to do what only the head can do, then your household is deformed. I said it, and I meant it. Prove me wrong. Now, in this new world, this world that God never intended for us to live in, this sinful world, it is a normal thing for a woman to bring in half. Normal, even in marriage. And what's crazy is we expecting the woman to submit under a man when she wearing half the pants. All right, I'm just stating facts. I'm stating facts. Why she won't submit? Why you won't pay all the bills? You want her to submit? You really want her to just, you want her to do it? On your position. If you want her to pay half, expect half of the submission. That's just the way it's going to go. You name me one woman that's fully submitted and she paying half the bills. On the chat, anybody in the chat, tell me something. He said, Chris Johnson, yeah, that's 50-50. He said, what you mean obligated to work? He said, yeah, that's 50-50. In the Bible days, the women did more work than the man. Head of the house do not mean that it is not 50-50. Now we're not debating that. It's not what I'm saying. I didn't say it was. It's not about 50-50. That's not what it's about. It's about the position. The position requires that. You can't go to a job and talk to them about the requirements of their position. Likewise, you can't go to God and tell him about the requirements of a position of the head of household. This is the requirements of the position. In order for a man to love the wife like Christ loved the church, he must first take the responsibility and the authority. Which means if the house fall, it's not her fault. If the marriage don't work, it's not her fault. You're the head. That's just what it is. There's no way to go around that. If I am taking care of myself before I marry, what the use in getting married and still having to work? Man, take your position and lead the household. That's just what it is. No, that's not the Bible. You submit in the Lord, not in the man. That's not the Bible. In a marriage, the Bible says the husband and the wife must submit to each other. I understand that you probably want to debate that, but it's something that I don't debate the Bible. It's simple facts. I mean, now, you're not debating the Bible. You're debating if you want to believe that for your life. It's not, you can't debate. You're not debating me. These are Bible facts. And so when you're debating that, I understand, Chris, you feel like that's not biblical, but that is biblical. It's in the Bible. I mean, we could listen. You got my number, Chris. Please hit me up. We can definitely talk about it. But we won't do that on here because we're not about that negative vibes. We're about positive vibes on here. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you tapping in, but at some point we got to realize the reality of what's going on. See, Satan wants us to feel like the woman should have to pay half. Because he wants us to feel, he wants us to misconstrue the positions. That's what Satan is about. He's about confusion. If I can confuse the position, then I don't have to worry about the head. Didn't you know that all Satan wants to do is confuse the relationship? The worst thing, the first thing that Satan attacked on this world was the union. Right. It was plenty of other stuff out there, but he attacked the union. Why? Because Satan wants to separate what God brings together. That's all it's about. Why would a woman pay hand the bills, and you're the head? No, sir, not so. That is actual facts, Miss Long. That's actual facts. And we can't stay there too long. That's his greatest trick man, you know what his greatest trick is, man. His greatest trick is to make you believe that he never existed. Satan wants to confuse us. He wants to confuse all of us. Kill, steal, and destroy. Y'all go in then. Y'all go in then. So it's the devil. If it's outside of God, it's flesh. And the devil is influence. So if the devil influences you to think that it's right for a person to take your position when you're the head, that's the devil. The devil can't confuse me. I'm sorry, the devil cannot confuse me. As long as God gives me the ability, and I pray he always does, to take care of my wife and my home, she ain't ever got to worry about no bills. And that's just point blank, period. I'm not gonna even play with that. Like, that's not even a conversation that I'm willing to have. That's my house. That's how I leave my house. As for me and my house, we will follow the Lord. That's just how we rocking. But it's not the devil, man. I'm not saying you're the devil, but a lot of thinking come from bad perspectives of who God is and who God wants us to be. That's all I'm saying. I mean half. She said, I mean half. Man, look, that's crazy. But what I'm saying is, when you get into these relationships, we have to realize where we are. You should never go into a relationship with the thought of, I need help. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you think you need help with. A relationship will not solve that. If you think getting somebody to go half on your bills is a relationship, then you're wrong. That's a business agreement. And if you look at a business agreement like a marriage, it's going to fail. And after it's over with, all y'all gonna be doing is fighting over stuff. Mm-hmm. Because y'all not gonna be fighting for each other. Because each other never existed. Anyways, listen, I'm so glad. No, I'm agreeing with you. No, I dig it. The woman shouldn't pay half. No, I get what you were saying, Ms. Rosslyn. I get what you were saying. You're the head, I submit, and that doesn't mean me paying half of the bills. You know what women really want to do with their money?
I want to hear you tell me.
You want me to tell you? Nah, I don't want to even say it first because your eyes lit up when I said that. We got another woman in the room, my wife. You should have seen how she ducked her head behind the TV to look over at me. What do women really want to do with their money? I think girls just want to have fun. Y'all responsible, but I think girls just want to have fun. But why not?
Yeah, pretty much.
No. What? I mean, she said, look. She said, hair, shoes, nails, purse. You know what I mean? Just girl stuff. Girls want to do what they want to do with their money, and they don't want to be obligated to bills. They want to be obligated to a man. I leave that bill stuff to you. I obligate to you. I'm gonna do my thing over here. It's just, you are right about the head, but the Bible says treat them as the weaker vessel, not that they are. So my money is our money, and her money is her money. Wow, this is new to me.
It just means to treat gently. Like if something is a weaker vessel, it just means with care.
Right.
Treat with care. Be gentle.
Right.
In all your ways.
Oh,
when you're handling the weaker vessel, something's fragile.
Man, listen, this conversation was so good. We're going to have to continue this next week. We actually went overtime tonight. I didn't mean to keep y'all too long, man. I hope I didn't. Listen, if you really enjoyed this conversation, man, really please share this, man. We going to steady be on here, man. I really love the fact that y'all were in tune, man. Y'all, and we going to continue.
Don't forget to drop y'all
please.
Answers.
Yeah, man. Look, so the answer to answer the question, I think no communication was close, but lack of communication. I mean, all those are good because, and we gonna go through them, and we go just drop your cash app. We gonna make sure, and do me a favor. When you drop your cash app and you get your money, please come back on next week to let people know that we paid you. Because people they might be like, man, they just wanted us to answer questions and stuff like that. Please, if you get your money, you don't even got to stay all the way through the next show. Just come on there and say they paid me. Because, I don't want y'all to feel like y'all doing this for nothing, but I really want to go through your answers, man. The question was, what do you feel is the first sign to a bad relationship? And the best answer is going to get that cash app. Well, what you got? I got Zelle and Venmo.
Yep. And I got cash app.
Well, he don't have a Cash App. I got Zelle and Venmo. Whatever you have, I probably have it. If you don't have it, we'll find a way. I'll write you a check or go get some cash out of ATM. I don't know if I'm going to be able to meet you nowhere if you don't stay within 10 miles of my house. So you might have to get it mailed to you.
Walmart.
Whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But most of the time it's Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. Those are the Cash Apps. But please, okay. Oh, no, I didn't mean, did I call you a man? I'm sorry if I did. I ain't mean no harm by Miss Wallace. Yeah, I'm going to call you Chris, man. She say, this is good. I will listen again to support you, not looking to be paid to answer questions. Man, I love people like Miss Reisner, man. She just wants to be in tune with the conversation and want to grow with us, man. This is all great, man. Listen, we love y'all here, man. It's your boy, Shelvin, man.
Well, True 102.
And Kara.
Yeah, man, the Chatterbox, man. Look, y'all come chat with us, man, on the Chatterbox while we chat it up, man. Till next time. See ya.